So I gave you a copy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you. I'm going to call our meeting to order. I apologize we ran a little late today. Today is October 10th, 2017. This is a business meeting of the North Kingstown School Committee. If I could have everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And I'm going to ask if everybody, I should have not sat down, sorry. If I could ask everyone to rise for a moment, a brief moment of silence for a member of our facilities subcommittee, Brierly Mellor, who passed away recently. Thank you. Madam Clerk, if you could please call the roll.
Mrs. Blackblock?
Here.
Mrs. Hoskins? Here. Mrs. Jones?
Here.
Mrs. McLaughlin?
Here.
Ms. Stevens?
Here.
Mrs. Shop?
Here.
And student representatives.
Here.
And if you could call the calendar.
Monday, October 16th, 2017, there will be a CLOC meeting at 6:30 at Davisville Academy. And Tuesday, October 24th, 2017, there will be a school committee business meeting.
Thank you. Presentations or recognitions, Dr.
I'd just like to present Dr. Cynthia Scheller as a proposal for the principal of Forest Park, from source from the Providence school system, and I'll ask Dr. Hubbard to talk about the search process and background.
Thank you. And so we conducted a full search process. We interviewed several candidates, applicants, and we had a dozen people on the team, including Mr. Glasgow this time. And then we had a second round of interviews. Dr. Auger and I sat in on those interviews, and our selection was Dr. Scheller. And so I'll tell you a little bit about Dr. Scheller. She has been principal at the Alan Sean Feinstein Elementary School at Broad Street in Providence for close to 5 years. She has also served as a Regents Fellow at the Rhode Island Department of Ed, and she was also the Director of Professional Learning for the Providence Public School System. Dr. Scheller's broad experiences make her well qualified for this position. At the same time, she is approachable and personable. As one reference stated, she works well with everyone and has the keen ability to make someone feel that their contribution is valued. So it is with pleasure that I also endorse her for this position.
Thank you. Unless anyone has an objection, with unanimous consent, I'd like to remove items E, 9, and 10, which are the school committee appointment of principal and school committee approval of the principal's contract for Dr. Scheller. Forward at this time. Any objections to doing that? I could have a motion to approve items E, 9, and 10.
So moved.
Second. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? I'll just say I think we're going to vote yes. So all those in favor? Aye. Now I'll say congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Next item on our agenda are citizens' comments. Has anyone signed up to speak tonight? Is there anyone who has not yet signed up to speak but would like to do so? Okay, thank you. Next are routine items. For item A, could I have a motion to seal the executive session minutes of October 10th, 2017? Second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. And I can disclose that no votes were taken in our executive session this evening. On the consent agenda, I'm going to exempt item E2 And then we also can pull items E9 and 10 because we just approved those. Are there any other exemptions to the consent agenda? Okay. I have a motion to approve the non-exempted agenda items. So moved.
Second.
Consent agenda items. Motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. I needed to pull item E2 because we're going to remove one of the individuals there. So I'd ask for a motion to approve items E2A and E2C. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. For the strategic plan, we have the strategic plan in front of us. Anybody, any comments on it? Or?
I sent some information today. I don't know if you've had a chance to go through. Mr. Jones had requested to have a document that also reflected the changes so that you could see how things went, and that's what you have in front of you. So this year in particular, since we're third year into the plan, I thought it was important to actually go into the timeline and to provide more details. And so that's what you see. I do want to say that we discussed this and made all of the feedback came during our retreat on the second day of our retreat with about 40 stakeholders from the community. And then following that, I put the feedback into the document, and we had a directors meeting that included Dr. Carson, Mr. Waterman, Mrs. King, Dr. Auger, and myself, and went through and made further recommendations to the document. And that's what you see in the red here, is the product of that process. So I think overall you'll see a few goals that were deleted. We kept them running even though, like the second year, until we were absolutely sure. But you'll see in some places where it says delete goal, we're absolutely done with that and on to the next phase. So we're able to delete some, and we had just one new goal, which was the PTO funding goal. And that's basically it.
Thank you very much for the work that went into it. We were discussing this a little bit before the meeting. Being that this is just an update to the existing plan, we don't need to do a formal approval of this at this time, so but we all have it in front of us.
Just like to make a comment that, I really appreciate Dr. Ingrid's leadership on this and the time spent by so many members of the community. This room was absolutely packed on the day that we were doing this work. And so it makes, it makes it more of a living document when you know that people are going to be reviewing this every year and updating. And some of the discussions got, pretty intense about, just the right wording and just the right kind of goals. So there are a lot of people engaged with this strategic plan, which is a lot better than, I guess, a lot of organizations can say, where they make it 1 year and let it sit on the shelf for several years. So.
And what's nice too is we use a worksheet, and so on the left is the basically the activity, and then in the middle column is everything that we think we accomplished this year. So you get input from all the schools, and everybody learns something that's happening in the other schools. And then in the third column is the next steps of where we can take this and expand. So it's worked as a good process over the past, several years.
Thank you very much for your hard work. So next, 2017-18 school budget. Anything on that? CIP bond, existing bond, and future bond. I know Mrs. King, you had things to say.
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly recognize our member Briley Mellor, who passed away a week ago this past Thursday. I know Mrs. McGovern has had the opportunity to work with him on the facilities subcommittee. He's been on that committee since it started back in 2009 or 10. And Mr. Mellor was an incredible asset to that committee and to the school department because he was always available to us whenever we needed anything. He had a lot of good work experience and knowledge, and we knew that we could count on him anytime. Personally, he was a wonderful person. Dr. Leger had also had the opportunity to work with him quite a bit. So I just wanted to take a couple minutes to just really recognize what a really big loss to us that will be, as well as I know to his family and to everybody who knew him.
Under new business, we don't have anything. We have financial reports in your packet. Anyone have any questions on the financial reports? And we do not need to resume our executive session. We will take care of our business beforehand. So we've reached the end of the agenda. I'll ask for a motion to adjourn. A motion? I have a second. All those in favor? Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you very much.